We bought a super sketchy SD card from AliExpress, and in this video, we'll plug it into my Steam Deck and see what kind of weird stuff it has on it. So the only info I really have on this thing is that it's supposed to have like 40 bajillion games, and it costs like $30. I think it's just gonna be like a 256 gig SD card, so let's just rip her open and see what we find. Yeah, sure enough, it's just a little micro SD card. Wait, is this like an official SanDisk Ultra? That's so, I don't know, that doesn't seem real to me, like from AliExpress. You know, you definitely think they would be sending like a cheap Chinese knockoff SD card. Let me take a closer look at this. You know what? As a matter of fact, we actually have the exact same micro SD card. It's a 32 gig instead of 256, but I don't know if you guys can tell, but it definitely doesn't look the same. I mean, it could be legit, but I don't know. The SanDisk ones, like the OEM ones, they just look like it looks like the text is a little clearer, so I'm pretty confident this thing is a cheap Chinese knockoff, but that's okay. Hopefully it actually has 256 gigs on it. You know, $30, that's not really a terrible deal. I'm kind of scared to plug it into the Steam Deck, but let's go ahead, throw it in there, see what happens. Oh, there it is. To use this drive with Steam Deck, it first needs to be formatted. Okay, before I do this, hopefully it just formats and doesn't like delete everything on the drive. Before I do that, I'm gonna actually plug it into a PC real quick or a Mac or something and like copy everything over just in case. All right, I got my laptop now. Let's go ahead and plug it in here, see what happens. Okay, there we go. Look at that, it showed up. What is a Batocera? I don't know what that means. Okay, I can see there's a bunch of ROMs. There's a bunch of stuff on here. There's a bunch of games, but I don't understand how this is supposed to show up on the Steam Deck. Whatever. Let me just go ahead and copy everything from here onto my computer as like a just in case or whatever, and then we'll plug it back into the Steam Deck. All right, never mind. It was gonna take like over an hour to transfer everything, so we're just gonna YOLO it. I did see. I just looked up on their website. Like, what the heck am I supposed to do with this thing? Because that looked like a lot more than just ROMs, right? Apparently this has like an operating system on it. I have no idea what that means. They have like step-by-step instructions on their website. Let me pull it up here. Yeah, if you look here, they got a whole thing about like how to use this on a Steam Deck. I guess I have to like go into my BIOS on the Steam Deck and then launch into the SD card from there. This sounds so sketch, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna try it. All right, I'm following their instructions. I have turned off the power. I am now inserting the card. Press and hold the volume up button, the power button at the same time, and release the power button immediately. Release the volume immediately after hearing the prompt tone, plus successfully enter the BIOS interface. Excuse me? It's gonna ask for my social security number next. Okay, that did get us into the BIOS. What now? Okay, I found our boot manager. I see the Batocera right there. I'm just gonna select it. Yeah, I don't know. This is where the instructions just stop. They told me how to get into the BIOS, but they don't tell me like, what do I do? Oh, we're vertical. That did something for, oh, look at that. What is this? Oh, it's actually kind of cool. I mean, I guess theoretically this makes sense because I know people do like the whole, I've never done it personally, but I know people like to do the whole Windows install on an SD card and then you boot from the BIOS or whatever like that. So I guess this is a similar concept. They just have their own little custom interface here. Why is this actually awesome? What? Okay, so we got PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PSP, PS3, Supervision. What the heck is a Supervision? Apple II, MAME, Atari 2600. Oh my gosh, they got all the things. Okay, it looks like they just took every RetroArch core that has ever been made and threw it in here. Are there actual like games for any of these? Yeah, okay, that's surprising. Oh my gosh, they got Metal Gear on here. Let's go. Does this just like work? Look at that. Okay, not gonna lie, we're gonna have to keep playing with this, keep figuring out what this thing can do. Well, there's an important aspect of this we'll get into later. Legality? No, just no. Is it cool though? I'm impressed so far. Okay, except that it doesn't seem to actually be launching. It just seems to be doing this over and over again. Oh, okay, start and select kind of kicked us back out to the menu. Kodi Media Center, huh? Is that what this is like using? I am so lost. Let's try something a little like easier to run, like NES. Oh, look at that. It's actually like working and stuff. I like that it has like these little borders on the side too. Now I'm not hearing any sound. It's a little strange. I think the volume's up. Oh, it's got the controls all wrong. It's A for whip and B for jump. Ugh, awful. But hey, it is working and it's running like okay. I don't know. This isn't hard. It's an NES game, but you know, I'm still impressed. All right, yeah, that's working fine. Let me see if I can figure out the sound issue. Yeah, I don't know. I still can't get it to output any sound. Maybe if I plug headphones in? All right, I got headphones on, still not doing anything. Let me see if I can look into this a little bit. Yeah, I'm seeing lots of people say that it works fine on Steam Deck. There are a handful of people who mention the sound problem, but they don't mention like what they did to fix it, so I don't know. Nope, still hear nothing. Well, the first thing it launches up here is the PS2. I guess we can try PS2 games. The Bibble game, oh, we gotta launch that. Wow, look at that, it's just going. I mean, I don't necessarily understand the point of this because, you know, you can just do this without spending any money if you don't care about the legality or anything. And it's probably gonna be a better experience anyway, but I guess if you just don't wanna do anything, you don't wanna do any effort besides plugging an SD card into your Steam Deck and getting into your boot manager, which is kind of like, that's already a step you're gonna have to figure out. It's not like hard, but that's what I mean. I don't necessarily understand the point, but it does work. All right, is that the emulator doing that? I think it is. Oh man, can't hear a word he's saying. What is going on? Why is this pause menu so threatening? Do unto others, okay. Hold down the X button to power up the plunger. Excuse me? Oh, it's just pinball. This is quality gaming. What is this game? Why did they choose this game? I'm so confused. Oh, hold on. Okay, so I definitely saw like the PCSX2 like interface there for a second. So it's definitely using that. I mean, it makes sense. I guess there's nothing like too custom about this. They just kind of like threw everything onto an SD card. I genuinely had no idea they made things like this for the Steam Deck. I mean, it's not just for the Steam Deck. They advertise it's also for the ROG Ally and like other Windows devices, and it'd probably be even easier to use on something like that. I think my only like real point of reference to something like this too would be like, you know, those cheap like Chinese knockoff consoles, portable consoles, and the plug and play kind of things we get all the time on the Jacob R channel. Those things are like a lot worse than this. This is solid. I mean, obviously you're using a $300-400 device to play the game, so I would hope it's a little better, but still, like, there's like little things like the fact that the games are named correctly, it seems. I mean, I don't know half these games, but they seem like they're properly organized, they're in alphabetical order, they're not repeated 40,000 times. Okay guys, I did more research into this operating system, this Batocera operating system that I guess it's like a common thing. It looks like it's like a Linux thing that people have made for probably like May machines and stuff. This is like a real community of people that make this thing, and people regularly will install it on their Steam Decks. Apparently the OLED model has this specific problem with the audio and the network stuff because it's like a slightly different version, so you have to like install like a developer version of it. But you know what we can do? I got a Steam Deck LCD sitting around here somewhere, so let me try running this guy on that thing. All right, just like the other Steam Deck, I can boot right into the SD card from the boot manager. Oh! Oh, dang. I just connected to Wi-Fi and everything, so I guess, yeah, retro retrievements really just will work, and I imagine I can, like, install updates and everything from here. This is a shockingly good solution, I gotta say. The only PS3 game they have on here is Tomb Raider Trilogy. That's so random. Steam Deck fan is going crazy. I forgot how loud this fan is compared to the OLED model. It's actually, like, offensively loud. All right, that took forever to load up, but it looks like it's working. It's a little buggy in some ways, but PS3 emulation on Steam Deck always is like that. Yeah, I mean, that's working mostly fine. Wow. Yo, you got Saturn on here? Let's go. For some reason, like, all of these games are like the Japanese versions, except for like a few random ones like SimCity, NFL 97. I don't understand how they choose these games. It's so all over the place. All right, let's try Ishi no Arashi. And again, I really like this interface. I like that it has like the little borders here for whatever you're playing on, and the controls immediately worked. Like, I didn't have to do any configuration once it actually launched up, other than the network thing, I guess. But yeah, that's kind of to be expected. Okay, I have no idea what I'm doing, but it is working. So, all right, I guess you can play Sega Saturn games on here. Yo, they got Mario Kart Wii on here. Let's go. I don't know. This isn't working. Let's just stop, I guess. Maybe we can get Double Dash to work. All right, well, we're karting. It's working. Look at that. It's pretty good too. Emulation seems fine. I mean, as you kind of would expect. Update available. Oh, error. Not enough space to download the update. I guess that makes sense. It looked like they had like completely filled this SD card to its limits. So I guess I don't even have enough space to download the update. I think from what I was reading online, if you wanted to get this thing to work on an OLED, you can do it. Quite no. You can do it, but you gotta like update it manually somehow. I probably would need to like use a dock and then plug in like a USB stick to like update it or something, or maybe you'd have to plug it into a Windows machine to get it to work. It would take some finagling that you probably don't want to do anyway because you paid $30 to have the easiest experience possible in your emulation. So not the greatest user experience, to be honest. All right, finally, I'm playing some Chrono Trigger on the Super Nintendo emulator. This thing's awesome. I mean, again, it's not legal. It is definitely not legal for them to just straight up sell you video games that they have no ownership over on a little SD card for 30 bucks. But it's 30 bucks, and you throw it in your Steam Deck. You follow the instructions on the website, and it basically works. You saw what I did. I just booted it into the boot manager, pressed A like 2 times, and it just got us into playing some emulated games. So I don't know. I'm personally going to stick to playing everything on my actual gaming mode and on my Steam Deck, because I just think that that's like the best user experience. It allows you to like use your Steam Deck with your Steam library and your emulated games, and like kind of like an all-in-one solution there, and it runs great. So I think this is like a little not super great for what I'm looking to do with my Steam Deck, but I'm starting to get the appeal. Like I get it. This is actually like a really cool idea. I'm just kind of surprised there's like a rare AliExpress W, I guess. But either way, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you next time with some other crazy Steam Deck idea we come up with. Bye-bye.